Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you around my 1979 Mercedes 300 SD. Now I've had this car for about a year and a half. I bought it for $850 in Boulder, Colorado, and it's been an amazing car, so let me show you the ins and outs of it and why I love it so much. Looking at the 300 SD, get a good look at the chrome, should be peeling paint, unlock, counterclockwise, top in. Oh, hear that solid vault-like click of the doors. Probably the first thing you notice is how old-fashioned these seats are. They're nice old like spring and horsehair, and very comfortable, but very old-fashioned. Next thing you notice is this huge frickin' steering wheel. It's about 4 inches bigger in diameter than your average steering wheel these days. It's real thin too. No buttons, anything. Just real simple and huge. It really makes it entertaining to drive, honestly. Wood grain, leather. Nice place to be. So if you want to start it, since it's a diesel, put the ignition on. Now on a standard W116 300 SD, you wait till this light goes out and then you could start it. Mine has one of the fairly common modifications where there's a button for the glow plugs right here. So, you know, hold that for about 7 seconds or so. And then turn the key the rest of the way. Power's right up. And one thing I love about this car is how it sounds like you're driving a train. You know, you can almost hear each piston just moving up and down, which is really cool, I think. The gauges are very simple, very clean, nothing crazy, easy to read. And to start driving, pull the brake release and put it in drive. So there's a car ahead of me, I'm going to put it in reverse. You notice visibility is fantastic in this car. You can see ahead of you, around you, behind you, everything. So easily. And in fact, I forgot the most important part. Oh yeah. This car is best driven with all the windows down. And of course, no subwoofer. Alright, let's get going. Now, a little bit of backstory. I bought this car when I was working in Boulder, Colorado, in construction. Found the guy on Craigslist, texted him. Turned out he really needed the money to pay his mortgage like that week. So he was very excited to come meet me. He drove to my work. I looked at it. You know, saw that it needed a lot of body work. It had been damaged in the front left corner really badly. The seat was torn, dashboard was cracked. It ran like shit. It idled at like 500 RPM. So all these things taken into account, I bought it. But I mean, it was only $850, so you know. I took it to my friend's house that afternoon. Derek, he helped me work on it a little. Got it running, got it idling higher, put some transmission fluid in it. And then I drove it back to Denver, about an hour on Highway 160. And I fell in love with it. I had the windows down, sunroof open like this, and this car rides so nice. I know Ken Bergsma, he runs Mercedes Source, if you've seen his videos. He thinks the W116 is his favorite chassis, mostly due to the insulation and how it rides, and it just rides so nice. It absorbs the bumps like they're not even there, and especially at like highway speed, it just cruises. It's amazing. steering is actually very precise. I'd almost say tight, actually. And this has the closest, what am I trying to say? This has the smallest turning radius out of any car I've ever driven. Like any normal street, you can pull a U-turn in, no problem. It's crazy. Steering feels great, especially with this huge-ass steering wheel. Next thing is the brakes. The brakes feel huge in this car. I can't... so the wheels are only 14 inches, which isn't big. It's like... the steering wheel's bigger than the wheels are almost. But the rotors feel massive. It's like the best brake feel I've ever felt in my life. It really is. They feel really powerful, which is good. Because if anything in your car you don't want to work, it'll be the brakes. Those are kind of necessary. And then there's the engine, which, beautiful design. I love this engine. It's a diesel, so you do smell it a little bit. You definitely hear it. And it only makes about 120 horsepower, which, you know, it's not a lot. You're not going to win a drag race ever. But you do get really good fuel economy. I get about 22 city, 28 highway in this. And for being a 40-year-old luxury sedan that weighs about 5,000 pounds, that's really impressive. Yeah, the engine's great in this. The transmission is just a normal 4-speed, so it doesn't usually shift until about 3,000 RPM, which is pretty high. And running on the interstate, it runs at about 3,000 RPM, doing about 65 miles an hour. And that's really the limit for it, I'd say. Any faster than that, it doesn't really like it. This car is happiest right around 40 to 60 miles per hour. That's when it's in fourth gear, just loving life, wind in your hair. Feels great. This car is built to cruise. It's not a race car. It's not a cornering machine. It's just a cruiser. And it's so good at it. I love it. With the windows down, sunroof open, especially on these evenings in New Mexico after it's been raining. Oh, it's the best. One thing I like about this car, small note, is the ergonomics. So I usually love to have my arm up on the windowsill like this, and this is at the perfect height. It's flat, completely flat. Oh, it's just so comfortable. You can put your arm up like this if you want to. It's so nice. It's so comfortable. This car just feels very jovial, you know, it just feels happy. You got this nice yellow exterior, this nice palomino brown interior. It's really nice. Really, really nice car to drive. Now, I think this car is also really unique because it's a turbo diesel luxury sedan with yellow paint. In America, you know, and like trying to find a sedan like that now, impossible. Europe, sure, but America only really understood that in the 70s. You know, I've gotten a lot of comments on this car, people saying just how nice it is, which is funny because I've never ever gotten a comment on my E55 AMG. But this $850 Mercedes, horrible paint, body damage. People love it. And it's got personality, you know? It's cheerful, it's kind of like a hapless butler, you know, dressed up nice, probably a bit older, but really happy, nice guy to be around, you know? Everybody likes him, cooks really good food. It's a great car, it really, really is. I pretty much bought this car because of how nice the interior was. Now, admittedly, this driver's seat's really dilapidated and torn and just bad in general, but the rear seat, totally perfect, completely unused. Passenger seat, pretty much perfect. And really, just getting in this car, you're amazed by the quality of the materials. I mean, sure, there are plastics, but they're old-timey plastics, you know, and they have real texture and softness to them. Everything else is wood, real wood, or chrome, or metal, or leather. In this case, it's Mercedes-Benz textile, MB-Tex, which is used pretty much primarily in most Mercedes. And it looks like leather, it feels like leather, but it lasts a little bit longer. And I think it looks really good, especially in this Palomino brown. Just, oh, so nice. And I think it matches really well with the yellow. This Palomino brown and the maple yellow exterior is just, it's really happy, you know. Carpeting is really, really plush, very soft. It comes all the way up underneath the dashboard. The switches all feel very substantial. Especially love this turn signal. It feels amazing. All the climate control buttons. This model had one of the first automatic climate control systems. There's a temperature sensor up here in the middle of the dashboard, and it had this crazy little solenoid that regulated the amount of hot water and air, and it used vacuum and electricity and all this crazy mechanical nonsense. It's pretty much all analog, and it breaks pretty easily, so that's why I don't have air conditioning. That and the previous owner removed the air conditioning compressor. But gauges are really nice to look at. I love that the clock is completely mechanical. So with the car off like this, you can hear the seconds ticking off. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's really relaxing. This brake release lever, so cool. Chrome, and it feels great too when you pull it out. Oh, sounds great. It feels really, this car feels substantial, it feels real, it feels analog and mechanical, and just, there's really nothing like an old Mercedes. There really isn't. Well, moving on to styling, the exterior, it's kind of windy, so I'll try to face away from the wind a little bit. It's really nice to look at in profile, from the front, from the back, everything. It's got those giant, you know, parking bench bumpers front and back to meet front impact regulation, but I don't think it impacts the appearance that much. Lots of chrome, lots of little details everywhere. You know, from this little patch of paint bordered by chrome, runs all the way along the border of the windows. This chrome piece kind of outlines the bottom line of the vehicle. Small little 14-inch wheels really don't look that bad, I don't think. These headlights almost look kind of like eyelashes, or the turn signal does anyway. And the shape of the front turn signals kind of fits in with the rear turn signals, which is kind of nice. It's a nice car to look at. And you know, one thing I've been really impressed by is that it looks natural in pretty much every environment. It looks natural in a parking lot, it looks natural in the slums, it looks natural in, you know, the heights. It looks at home at the beach, in the city, downtown, in the mountains. It really does seem to fit almost every atmosphere. The glass has a natural blue tint to it, which I think looks really nice. Though it is slightly faded in this old car. It's just got some really nice lines on it, you know? This body style, W116, shaped the exterior of the W123, which is probably Mercedes, one of their most popular vehicles ever made. And this looks just like a bigger, more chromy W123, I think. Longer, of course. I love it. I love the witness part of it. Really, really do. Yeah, it's got some rust and some peeling and some dents. It's hail damage. Yeah. It was $850. So, still a really nice car to look at, especially from like 15 feet away. So, you know, overall, if you have the opportunity to buy an old Mercedes, especially an old diesel, just go for it. Not a whole lot of money. Parts are very, very cheap. If you're mechanically inclined, you can do literally everything yourself. In fact, this car has been probably the easiest car I've ever worked on. Everything's easy to get to. It's well thought out. You need like 5 wrenches and sockets to do the whole thing. It's just easy. It's well made. It's a really, really well made vehicle. And the fact that they've depreciated so much just blows my mind because it's such a high quality vehicle. I suppose because people think they're expensive and hard to work on, which is understandable, but it's a rumor, it's not true. You get a lot for the money with these. Great ride, great economy, styling, beautiful interior. Really the only thing you don't get is airbags and 4-wheel drive. It has everything else. Highly, highly recommend it. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, maybe. But either way, hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks.